But it is recording, which it looks like it's going well. Okay, so Darren, what we're looking at today is for the grading criteria. We're mainly focusing this time on presentation or practical skills and planning, rather. Last time we looked more at research, a little bit more.
Yeah.
Okay. And so anything I can suggest basically at this stage to improve the work. So first thing is your project proposal form. For whatever reason, the PDF viewer is not working. Now I wonder if I view this on Chrome. That will be the solve, in which case you don't need to do anything. Let's see if it is. Otherwise, it might be having to re-upload the PDF.
I did it like 3 times already.
Oh, did you?
I know it sometimes keep happening.
Okay, yeah, it does seem to be an anomaly with the PDF viewer. It's probably nothing you've done. So let's see if Chrome. No, it hasn't fixed it, annoyingly. So alternate ways that you can do it is there's another PDF embedding tool on the Wix template to use, or people gonna just have quieter volume in the background, please. Thank you, Matthew. So if you can do that, or potentially screenshot it and put it as images, which is not ideal. Better as a PDF, but if you can try and sort that out, all right?
I think it works on the escape page. Might work.
Oh, okay. Let's have a look.
No.
Annoyingly. Oh, so that is annoying. Right. So on your escape page, you've got this. Have you put up your video from the last round and reflected on it when we talked before?
Yeah, I uploaded it. I didn't do much.
Where did you put it? On this page? Research?
Yeah, research.
Okay, great. But where is it? Oh, here it is. No? Further up, maybe?
Above, yeah.
Right, okay. What's the research?
That one is kind of outdated. I'll be fixing it after I'm done with the research.
Okay, yeah, cool. So what do you plan to fix with it? Like add more or?
Yeah.
Okay. Fine, that's cool. So there's more to add to the research, yeah?
Yes, I'm planning to do like research on the game, like maybe do some research to make logic. How does the traveling to other worlds make logic?
Okay, yeah, great. And how do you feel like your project's going in general at this moment in time?
I'm doing a lot of work, but the main problem right now I have is like the enjoyment of the game is lacking, like gameplay to do stuff in the game. I'm focusing more on the world.
Okay.
And, the story of the game.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. So your plan maybe to have a few more mechanics or things that we wanted to add to it? Yeah.
Something to make it fun to play, puzzles and such stuff.
Yeah, okay. Well, I think from a point of view of what it looks like and what you've achieved, I think it looks phenomenal. Like it looks really lovely. I really like the art style. The character, the animations are fantastic. I think it's got a clear inspiration, and I like the fact that the inspiration is evident in what you've achieved. I feel like it has elements definitely from the things that you look at and that drive your ideas forward. So I do feel like whilst it's inspired by those things, it does look unique as well. I really like the art style of what you've created.
Yeah.
Like even little assets like this are really, really nice. And yeah, I think like we're seeing a clear level of motivation in your work that indicates that you're really putting a lot of time and thought into what you're doing.
Yeah,
which is good, which is great. What's this saying here? So, the mini map, the idea of it as well. Did you get anywhere with that, or is it too difficult?
I actually fixed it. I found like a tutorial that helped me like in the research.
Yeah.
And now you can basically press enter and open up a map of the
great.
game.
Yeah, and you see what way you are, or you see the map like in.
I cannot make it like to show where you are.
No, but that's
just it shows the map in general, so the player can get a lot of understanding over the world
where they are. Yeah, great. That sounds really impressive. And you said you've documented that in your research, did you? That map tutorial.
Yeah.
Where is it down the bottom here?
At the bottom.
Oh yeah. great. So this is fantastic. I think I think sometimes if you wanted to, when you've looked at a tutorial like this and you've then actioned what you've made in response to that, you can sort of double up your research. So you could have this on your production page as well, because then you could show like you having made your map work. Okay, so it wouldn't hurt to do that. But as per the feedback last time, the presentation of the site is lovely. All the things are standard format. The text is all the same size. You're someone who thinks about the way that things look. So visually, it looks great. And I really like details like this. The cloud animation, I think, is lovely, and in the background of what you've created, and it looks really effective. So there's tons of really nice detailing in your work. Obviously, we can't see in this website at the moment. We can't see the end sort of product, but we will eventually.
Yeah.
And what I see on your screen when you're walking around the world, it looks great. So I think your final video is going to look fantastic. So I would definitely say, to celebrate that, let's have that when you get your final video and you edit it, cut out the OBS recording bit at the start and the end, put that on the home page, and put it also on your final product page as well. And I think one of the other things to try to do is to get people to play test yours. I know you want to add more mechanics, but not, in say a week's time, if you can get people to play it, get some feedback on it, and then maybe there's some things that you can change. It might not be that you've got all the mechanics in there that you want to have, but at least you can have some of them. Yeah. So yeah, you can build that in. That'd be great. Okay.
I was actually now planning to get some people.
Oh yeah, please. Yeah. Are you going to be based in here as well? Oh yeah. Cool. Yeah. Jump on this machine. Yeah. So yeah, sorry.
I was planning to get some people to play test it, despite being not having a lot into the game yet, more being on the world building. And to ask people about their opinion, what they would like to see in the future of the game, because the main problem of the game right now is the gameplay. I focused very much into the story and the world, but the gameplay feels like I don't have a lot of fun into it, and the game might not be enjoyable to play at the end.
Okay, so I get where you're coming from, and that's what your main focus is at the moment. But you can in the time frame that we've got left, you can only get so much done. I think what you've already achieved is really impressive. You've got something that looks lovely. If you make a nice front end menu, you've got the kind of, I know you're someone who's very driven and wants to make something that feels more like a finished product, like a polished product. So, and I get that. And I definitely think whilst that's your ultimate goal, what you've already achieved in your art style, your animation, the interactions that you've got already, there's definitely enough evidence there to fulfill the criteria of the unit. All right.
Yes.
So give yourself a time frame. Say right, in a week, if I can achieve this and this and this, whatever you set out to do. Sometimes you have to compromise and say, look, I can't do this, but that's something you reflect on in your evaluation. Okay. The main thing is that you've got something that looks lovely, that has functioning mechanics some of the things that you wanted, if not all, if not all of them, fine. But you've got some of those things, and you can get people to talk about what is there and what works. All right. And then it's a case of just going back and just adding any details. Again, the things that you've got, that research is fantastic, where you say, look, I've got this information and I learned this from here, and that's the bit that I've carried through into my work. I think the crucial thing with the grading criteria, if we look at this here, is that the project shows, that there's effective planning, organization, there's an efficient production against timescale. It's to push up into the higher grade stuff. Are we, the substantial project production? Basically, is it a big project, which is quite a challenging project you've taken on? And it's just then showing that there's the detail in the planning and what you're thinking about is coming over from your research and informing your idea. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's important. I think again, I can see some really high level skills in your work. So I think in terms of what you've achieved, in terms of the way that it looks, it's one of the nicest looking products that I've seen from this level. Of course, it looks very, very polished. And so the aesthetic awareness of your work is really evident. The fact that you've come from an art background, I think, is what's informing it. I feel like you're someone who's quite graphic in your work, and that's why your website is very nicely laid out. It's very easy to follow. It's the annotation. I like the use of arrows and things, but it's all very uniform in the way that it's presented, and it feels quite like a professional website. So that's really good. And equally, your game feels quite professional in the way that it's the art style, your attention to the sprite work and things like that is very good. Okay. So whilst I know that you're maybe a little bit like you feel disappointed that it's not quite got a full feel of a full release game with more enjoyable gameplay, as you say,
Yes.
I think that you mustn't put too much of an onus on it being a final polished product. In the same way, TV and film student wouldn't be expected to produce a film that would look okay on Netflix or whatever. You wouldn't be expected to produce a game that has all the function of something that could be released on on Steam or anything like that. Do you know what I mean? At this stage, it's a lot about learning. So what you have shown in terms of learning and application is a fantastic level of detail for aesthetics. You've got working mechanics in there. You've got maps. You've got working functionality. So it's just a case of making sure that all of that is presented and the detailing of the last bits that you show on here. So what do you know that you have to add to this page now? What's left to put on here? Really?
Maybe like I'll add more animal sensor stuffs in the future, but
some more decorative assets. Yeah.
Be adding a lot more to those, but I might like at least to fill up every island to have something unique about those islands.
Okay, yeah. So just to give it that much more.
Yes, but I don't want to waste my time a lot to it. So
no,
if I have a lot of time, like at the end of the project, I'll go back to it. But
yeah. Okay, cool.
At least I want to fill up the map.
Yeah, and you're working on dialogue with NPCs like text boxes and stuff at the moment. Is that working now or is still?
Yeah, it is working. The box is quite small, but it's still having.
Okay, great. And then
communication and yeah.
So definitely document things like that. Dialogue with NPCs would be a good one. Again, reference that to other games that have a similar dialogue system. Let's say Zelda or whatever, where you get text box dialogue things. The map system that you've got, make sure you get a video. I know you've got a screenshot here, but it'd be nice to show a couple of videos of you showing that, like on you playing it. You're okay with using OBS, are you, to record?
Yes, I'm fine.
Good. So yeah, that would be great. And then I think, like I said, in the last bit of research that I think would be really vital for yours is that primary feedback. So people play testing what you've made. Okay.
Yes.
So that building that time this time next week, so for some capturing of some play testing and feedback that way. All right.
If possible, I would do it today, but yeah. I'll see.
You can. Well, yeah, whatever time frame works for you. If not today, maybe Thursday. But again, one of the things I would say for that, Darren, is to look at this survey that I put out. I don't know if you saw it the other day on level 2 chat up here. I pinned it up the top here so you can access it.
Yes, I did it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I currently did it.
Oh, great. So yeah,
just that no one play tested it yet.
Oh, right. So you built the survey ready to capture that information.
Yes.
Great, fantastic. And again, make sure that on your website you can say, look, Fraser gave me this template, I've adapted it, and I've built this ready for play testing, and then I've looked at the feedback, and I'm going to try and implement some changes. That's why I want to do play testing a bit before the deadline, so I can add some things that my peers suggest from the feedback. All right. So I'm very happy with the project. I think the website is looking great. It's taking shape lovely. Just try and capture a bit more detail about the choices made in the production really is the main thing, and also fix that. Fix the PDF, which is annoying. I know that you did that last time. And like I said, the alternative is to capture that as images instead and put high resolution, big A4 screenshots of it. All right. Okay. So other than that, I'm very happy with it. I think obviously I've seen what I see is more than is on the website because I see the live thing of you playing it and seeing on the screen. So I think that's the key thing that's lacking on here. That's why I'm saying OBS record it to show the character walking around on the bridges and the lovely maps that you've made already, and the dialogue that you're working on now and things like that. It looks phenomenal. And I think like what we see is the inspiration clearly linking over to the design that you've then gone on to produce. All right,
Yes.
which is great. That's what we're after. So I'm happy if you are. You can get those things and add a bit more to your site in the next few days and get that playtesting underway. Fantastic. All right.
Yeah.
Well done. Let's cease recording here. Have you got anything else you want to talk about though before we start recording?
I'm not sure exactly.
No. Okay, we'll stop then here.